Hey everyone, for science today, we're going to be looking at how is a rainbow made. Now, this is just a little mini mystery, so it'll be a pretty short video, but then it has a quick little activity that you can try out at the end that has to do with rainbows. So check it out.
Hi, it's Doug. St. Patrick's Day. It's a time when people wear green and some people even dress up in costume. But for me, St. Patrick's Day always made me think of rainbows. I remember when I was young, seeing a rainbow in the springtime and getting on my bike and riding toward it, hoping that I could find a pot of gold. I never did get there. Someone named Joseph has a question about rainbows. Let's give him a call now.
Hi, Doug.
Hi, Joseph.
I have a question for you. How are rainbows made?
That's a great question. Normally, the sky outside doesn't have that many colors, just blue or gray like when it's dark and cloudy. But then, sometimes, a rainbow comes out. It's such a special thing when you get to see a rainbow. People even know the colors of the rainbow by heart. You've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Scientists call it violet. But where do rainbow colors come from? How are rainbows made? Do you have any ideas?
All right, let's discuss. What do you think? How is a rainbow made? Pause the video and think about some thoughts or share with someone around you. All right, you have your idea? Let's keep checking.
For a long time, no one had a very good idea about where rainbows come from and how they get all those colors. Rainbows aren't like most colorful things, like things you can reach out and touch. For example, think about a red chair or a green frog. Those things get their colors from what they're made of. A red chair has red paint on it, and a frog has green skin. But a rainbow is different. It's not a thing you can reach out and touch. It doesn't contain colored stuff like a chair or a frog has. Instead, it's something that floats there like a big arc in the sky. And rainbows don't just stay there either. Not long after they appear, they start to disappear. It's really very puzzling what a rainbow's colors are made of, or where a rainbow comes from. The first big clue about how rainbows are made actually didn't come from rainbows in the sky. It had to do with rainbow colors from pieces of glass. For a long time, people had noticed that glass pieces, especially ones with flat sides on them, would sparkle with rainbow colors when placed in sunlight. Scientists noticed that one of the best ways to get a rainbow sparkle was using a triangle-shaped piece of glass. It's called a prism. It was one scientist in particular who was very interested in this. His name was Isaac Newton. Isaac Newton wondered, was there a connection between the rainbow colors of a glass prism and the rainbows that we see in the sky? To figure this out, he bought a prism and came up with a science experiment. In a room, he covered his window like this to make the room really dark. Then he made a hole in the covering to let in a single beam of sunlight. When he placed his prism in front of the beam of sunlight, it did this. It created rainbow colors on the wall. Interesting, Newton thought. But how did it do that? Was the prism somehow creating those colors? That's what some people thought. But Newton wondered, could it be that sunlight itself is maybe a mixture or bundle of all the colors of the rainbow? If true, then maybe what the prism is doing, thought Newton, is it's separating white sunlight out into each color of the rainbow. But that seems unlikely, right? I mean, sunlight itself is white. If you had a bunch of different colors of paint and you mix those together, it doesn't make anything white. Look, you can see here it makes sort of a brownish color. But maybe light is different from paint, Newton thought. This is where Newton did something very clever. He took another second prism and he turned it the other way so that it would now combine all the rainbow colors of light shining onto it. When he combined all the colors of the rainbow, guess what he got? This, white light. So Newton proved the colors of the rainbow really do come from sunlight. But that still doesn't solve why a rainbow appears in the sky sometimes. I mean, it's not like there are prisms or pieces of glass floating around in the sky, right? Well, there aren't pieces of glass, but there are these water droplets. It's rain. Water droplets can do similar things as a prism, taking white sunlight and separating it out into all the colors it's made of. When we see sunlight shining on a bunch of water droplets, we see a rainbow. And it's not just raindrops either. Any drops of water in the air will do. You can find rainbows under waterfalls or even in the spray from sprinklers. Check it out next time you play with a hose. So, in summary, Isaac Newton proved that white sunlight is actually a combination of all the colors of a rainbow. A rainbow is formed when white sunlight passes through water droplets in the sky, acting like prisms. That's all for this week's question. Thanks, Joseph, for asking it. Now, we have something special for this week's episode. My friends and I here at Mystery Science have created a step-by-step activity where you can experiment with sunlight and rainbow colors. You can find a link to the activity at the end of this video. Before you vote on next week's question, we put together some amazing visuals that we'd love to show you. Take a look inside, or if you don't have time, you can skip straight to voting.
What do you think? Should we open the bonus box? Yeah, let's open it! Mystery Doug's top 5 stunning works of rainbow art. Let's check it out.
Number 5.
This looks like a rainbow coming through a window, but this rainbow isn't made of light. What do you think it's made of? These fake rainbows are made from hundreds of pieces of string. They're made by Mexican board artist Gabriel Daw. Whoa, beautiful. You can make rainbow string art too if you have some push pins or nails to wrap colorful string around. Check it out. I know a lot of you guys like those string activities from art class. Maybe you could try this. Wow, it's beautiful. My goodness, pretty stunning.
Number 4.
Most people use crayons like this when coloring rainbows, but if you get crayons hot, there's another way to make a rainbow. Hot crayons melt, so the crayons can drip and create a rainbow. This artist is using a special tool that blows really hot air. So awesome. I think I've seen people do this with a hairdryer before. Beautiful.
Number 3.
Can you tell what this is a picture of? It's a close-up picture of something you've probably seen before. Ooh, any idea? Looks a little crazy. They're soap bubbles, which have rainbow colors. A single bubble is round, but when many are next to each other, they look like this. Look at this video an artist made. If you look closely at soap bubbles, you may notice the liquid in colors moving and swirling. Oh wow, you can check it out. Look at that. So pretty. Wow. Very cool.
Number 2.
Watch how the light moves as people turn the glass shapes. But if you add even more glass, something else happens. Next slide. All right, we have to check out what happens next. This art is also made using light and glass. Different kinds of glass are tilted in just the right way to make amazing colors on the walls. Wow. Super cool.
And now, the last one.
Shadows are normally gray or black. Can you think of a way to get a shadow to be a different color, like pink? Any ideas? Gray shadows are made when white light shines on things, but if you use blue, green, and red lights, they make shadows like these. Whoa! That's so crazy. Thanks for watching. Ready to vote? We're not going to vote, but we will see if we can check out the hands-on activity. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, let's check it out.
In today's activity, you're going to turn sunlight into stunning rainbow colors. You're going to do that by using a glass of water to act like a prism. Now, before you get up and try this out, let me give you a few tips. You're going to set a glass of water in the sunlight, maybe on a windowsill like this. And you're going to watch for light that's going through the water and shining on the floor like this or on the wall. At first, it'll look like a lot of wavy lines. Those wavy lines are wiggling around because the water is still moving. But keep your eye on that spot while the water settles down. What happens next is a surprise. I won't show you because you really need to see it for yourself. I'll show you how to get started, step by step. If you're in a class, form a group of 4. If you're working alone, that's okay too. When you're done with this step, press the arrow on the right.
All right, we're working alone unless you have a sibling or a parent at home who wants to do it with you, then they're more than welcome to.
Get your supplies.
All right. Make sure you grab the things that you need for this activity. I'll make sure to, or your parents, you don't need these worksheets, but they're there kind of to help you out if you'd like them. So if you don't have a printer, that's okay. You don't need to have them.
To do this activity, you need a place where sunlight comes in through the window and makes a patch of light somewhere in the room. Go to your sunny place and follow the steps on your worksheet. If you're in a class, your teacher will tell you when to do each step. Then, come back and go to the next slide.
All right, go ahead and find your sunny spot and then follow the steps on the worksheet. Again, if you don't have a printer, you can just follow the steps on the worksheet when it's on the computer. That's okay too. All right, pause the video and go do it.
Discuss.
What did you need to make rainbow colors? Where do you think the colors came from? Talk about it with someone else or generate some ideas in your head.
Here's the drawing we made to show where the rainbow colors come from. When sunlight shines through the water acts like a prism, separating white sunlight into the colors of a rainbow.
Interesting.
Discuss.
Sorry, Doug. Can you think of any other experiments you want to try with your rainbow colors? All right, you've completed the exploration and activity. If you have more time, check out the extensions, which are writing prompts. You could do this for writing if you'd like to. You don't have to. To make a rainbow you need. Describe a time you saw a rainbow. Where do colors of the rainbow come from? Use evidence from the video to support your answer. Imagine you lived in a place where it never rained. How could you still see a rainbow? So there's some fun writing prompts if you'd like a little bit of help coming up with some writing ideas today. Otherwise, that is all for our mystery today. So thanks for watching, and I hope you had some fun learning about rainbows.